replacing a workshop storage shed on my property, and I'm using the 6x6 skid type method of the foundation. The foundation, which will be 2x6 treated lumber, will go across here. The site will produce a shed 11.8 by 16 feet this way, and it'll be on 3 skids. The center is at the 6-foot mark right there. And what I did was I made a temporary storage building right over here that I'm ready to open up now. We've been having 98-degree weather, and so I usually start a little bit late. See, after 5 o'clock now it'll cool down, and I'm going to open up the storage shed now. I use 4 ropes on the side like this to hold the flap in place. And I started rope. I started up like this. Rope both sides. This side and the other side. And in there I keep all my tools for this project. And is there actually everything I had in this shed. I built it up on shelves. It's a wooden structure. I even put the top on the floor and the top on the ceiling, and the only place I get some water, because the flap shrunk with the heat. The flap used to be touching the grass, and now it just above the doorway, so it allows water to collect when it rains. And I took a knife blade and I perforated a little bit the top, so that the rain drips out into the patio. So right now I'm gonna get to work. I used a couple of methods to level this. I used the water level. I got a water level down here that I use antifreeze. I use windshield washer antifreeze, and the water seeks its own level. And I had each one of these strapped to a rebar that I put down next to the beam. And then the other thing I used I used it once it got dark, just to check everything, and I marked the stakes that I had in the ground. I have laser Here's a laser setup that I have, and this you level the base of this with the two bubbles, and then you turn the laser on, and it shoots a straight line. So then I verified my height, where I want the beams, and then I laid the first beam over here. That's a 6x6, and they're two 8-footers. So, and the other thing that I use is I have a 78-inch level that once I got this and this level, then I brought my level across. I got level here, so this is level with that. This is level this way, it's level, and I got this level also. That's level also, and then the other two also are level. So the other thing I did was, and I have to do a few more now, is I put rebarb. I'll show you how I did the rebarb, but I'll do a rebarb now. I space them out every 24 inches. Rebarb in. It's an 18-inch rebarb, so you subtract 6 inches from the thickness, so I'm a foot into the ground. Okay. Okay, I just trimmed this 2x6 treated wood to 11 foot 9 inches, and when I add the inch and a half front and rear trimmers, that'll give me an even 12 feet, and that should fit my plywood nicely on it. And my 16 foot, I'm going to limit this to 16 foot, so I should be able to get my two lengths of plywood initially, and then the second row I'll make a couple of cuts so that I don't have seams adjacent each other. The adjacent seams here, that doesn't matter because that they're hooked to the ground safely, and the rafters that go perpendicular to them, once that is square, the frame, floor frame, they will be screwed in with diagonally 3-inch galvanized screws, or with the all-weather screws. All right, what I'm doing is I brought this second straightest one that I have of the 2x6s, and this is the end that is cut from the factory, and it's as you can see to the right, it tapers out to being square, and it's actually not. So what I want to do is I want to trim that a bit so that I could have a nice square edge to get my 11.9 on the other side. So the way I do it is I use the square here, and then I'm bringing this right here so that I get my blade adjacent right to the end of the cut. That feels good. This way, I could run my tape across to the other side, and I can get my 11 foot. And then I make that cut over there too. Okay. I'm looking for 11 foot 9 inches exact. And then of course I'm going to compare it with the other one. See, these I could move down now. Move down top of the other. Okay, 11 foot 9. Okay. That's good. This particular roll is a Bostic and has a 13 foot straight out. Shaving below. I'm just going to shave it again. Okay, measure 3 times, cut once. Actually, I cut twice. All right, those should be the same length. I could put these on the ends and then get the front and back in place. All right, on this end, this is the first end. I attached the floor joist to the front trimmer. I aligned everything and I put three 4-inch screws, those deck screws, in over here, and I had to put a little piece of shim under this one because this end of the 2x6, believe it or not, is a 3/16 of an inch higher or wider actually than the other end. So what I did was I shimmed up that one piece. Now I'm ready to hook up this other hand over here, and there's a little bit of a bow in this the 16 footer. I trimmed this to 16 feet and a little bit of a bow, and the way I'm going to take care of this initially is I'm just going to put a block. Put one of those blocks. I'll nail it to the 6x6, and then I could move this in. You know, I just move it in until I start laying the floor joists in. Because it's going to be sitting out here. It's going to be getting either rain or snow or ice on it. Not ice, sun. You know, so I try to keep it from moving any more than it is. It was very wet when I carried it back here. It was very wet. So now let me do this other end. Put the screws. All right, on this corner, I cut the long trimmer for the platform. I cut it to 16 inches even. So now what I'm going to do is I want to hook this floor joist up, the one that I cut to 11'9", and I want to line it up the best I could over here. This whole thing will still have to be squared. It's not attached anywhere to the frame. Nowhere. All right, let me. What I've been doing is I've been drilling a couple of holes using a 3/16 drill. Alright, this is flush on the end. Put one in over here. Put one here. Let me get this. The one end, and then I gotta straighten up the rafter a bit. Okay, put this one in where it's flush over here. Make this flush. Okay, now Alright, I'm able to kick that in a bit. Kick that in a bit. Okay. Gotta put a hole down there. One hole. Okay, there. It's always better if you have two drills to work with when you're doing something like this. I do have two, but I'm running out of sunlight right now. Okay. Okay, this is coming together. Okay. Do that. This other corner. We got this other corner over here. Alright, the four corners are screwed together, and they're floating on the they're floating on the platform. Nothing screwed down at this point. What I have to do, and I'll do this tomorrow, is I'll line everything up, make it square, and make everything square. And what I'll do is I'll tie one end down with screws, one end, and then I'll measure from that end diagonally across to this end, and I'll compare it with this to here on this side. And if they're even, then I could screw down the corners. Okay. So, get all my tools. Okay, my friends. Got all four over here, coming over here. Got all my tools. Okay. I could clean up everything. I could relax a little bit. And mosquitoes are starting to come out. Okay, so again, Vince Curie. Thank you for watching the construction of my shed platform. This is called a skid platform. I'm using 6x6s, three 16-foot lengths down there, and everything's level, and they're mounted on gravel. And this is the same footprint as the shed that was in here, but it's going to be modernized. Okay, so thank you for watching. Vinny Curie.